The legend of Swinehorn Swamp. As told by the firelight in the far southern woods, there is a place where no map dares to name, and no man lays road or claim. Deeper than deep in the southern swamps, past the broken bridges and the drowned towns, beyond even the prayers of the faithful, there lies an island smothered in shadow and cypress. That place is called Swinehorn Swamp. The old folks say it is cursed. The younger ones say it's just stories, but the wise ones, the ones who carry river clay in their veins, know better. They know the name Magra. Long ago, Magra was a healer. She lived at the edge of the known world, in a stilted cabin with her herb satchels, her silent dog, and her stubborn kindness. She birthed babies into breath, cured swamp fever with bitter root, and even spoke the names of the dead when needed. But when a sickness swept through the southern villages, turning men cruel, pigs mad, and children hollow-eyed, the townsfolk blamed her. She lives too close to the swamp, they said. She speaks with frogs. Her hands are too warm. So they drove her out, torches in hand, crosses raised high. Even her dog was stoned for loyalty. Magra disappeared into the swamp, clutching her grief like a child. And in the years that followed, something strange began to happen. She built a home in the mire, a small hut on a dry patch of cursed land no one else could reach. She planted herbs, gathered rain, and raised a pen of hogs, gentle, clever beasts who followed her like children. But the swamp was not kind. The same sickness that haunted the villages crept into the soil, twisted the creatures, poisoned the waters. Something darker than disease, a corruption older than the swamp itself, had awakened. Magra, half witch and full woman, refused to let it win. She studied the sickness, dissected it, whispered to it. She learned its name and what fed it: fear, hatred, and blood. And then, she began her work, not of evil, but of containment. She bred a protector, a beast fierce enough to hunt the corrupted things that slithered in the dark. She called it Swinehorn. Born under a red moon from a beloved soul and a captured shadow beast called a mulljack, Swinehorn was no accident. It was her sentinel, horned, strong, cunning, a blend of flesh and spirit, old magic and blood. It was monstrous, yes, but no more so than the evil it fought. And while the swamp whispered for human blood, Swinehorn obeyed only her. But legends, like fog, twist in the telling. The villagers, hearing only the screams of dying beasts and seeing glimpses of the swinehorn in the mist, believed the worst. They claimed she was breeding horrors for sport, that she drank blood, summoned demons, cursed their crops. Hunters entered the swamp and never returned. Children vanished, yes, but not to her. The swamp took them, and she buried them gently, every one. Still, they blamed her. One day, a fire was lit at the swamp's edge. A preacher led a mob to cleanse the land. They waded in with knives and ropes and hatred. Magra sent Swinehorn to protect the heart of the swamp, but it was her who stood in their way, arms raised, asking only for peace. They struck her down anyway. They never found her body, only her staff, sunk in the mud, and a ring of red mushrooms growing where she fell. Now, they say she walks the swamp in spirit, or perhaps she lived, old and hunched, still guiding Swinehorn through the shadows. Some say if you're sick, truly sick, not in body, but in soul, and you reach the island with your heart open, she'll appear. Her hands are still warm, her herbs still bitter. And she may ask you to feed the pigs, or walk the old paths, or speak kindly to the things that should not be. As for Swinehorn, it remains a monster to those with hate in their hearts, a guardian to the lost. It smells fear. It craves not blood, but justice. So if you hear squeals in the night, or see red eyes blinking in the reeds, do not run. Ask yourself, did you come to the swamp with good intentions? Or did you come with fire?